That's a girl that wants your friends to wanna spelunky her. This is like a DPS pulls aggro and tries to shirk the tank situation. Why do I feel so called out right now? Hoshi Mewtwo! I am Stellatrix coming at you live from a starship near you. Today we will be perceiving 7 types of girls you shouldn't date by BERTO. Really curious to see what this list is. And if I am and if I am on it. Girl number 8. Who can't speak. So strap in, strap on, and let's go perceive. Before I forget, if there's something you'd like to see me react to, drop a comment about it, tell me on Twitch or tell me on Discord. Let's go!
What is the perfect girl? The perfect woman? What does she look like? How does she act? These are the million-dollar questions that all us men ask ourselves at some point in time. But the reality
is that true? Is that true, men? Do you ask yourself what the perfect woman is like? Do you ask yourself, do you regularly stop and flick coins into the wishing well and pray to your chosen deity to reveal to you what the perfect woman is like? Not even asking for the perfect woman, just asking what the perfect woman is. Do you get philosophical about it? She better want to hear about my Magic the Gathering collection. That's the spirit.
Most of us, the perfect girl looks a little bit different for everybody. You might like your girl thick in all the right places, and some men like them real thin and fun in the right places. Some of y'all like girls that can cook and clean, and some of y'all like women that are just a little bit more athletic so you can gym with them, but still just feminine enough to call them your little baby. As men,
that's cute.
We like what we like. Your perfect girl might look a lot different from mine, but if there's one thing I know,
that's true. That's true. I mean, if you don't think you're great, you don't think you're hot, you don't think you're whatever, well, I mean, you're just not your type. You're someone's type, just not your own type. And that's okay.
For sure, there's a long list of things that most of us men universally hate. And more
universally,
than likely, if she does any of these things, we don't want nothing to do with her. So for my ladies, take your notebooks out. It's time to go to class.
All right, I got my notebook. You hear that? That's the sound. That's the sound of academia. Got my notebook. Got my pencil. Let's go. Write this down, chat ladies. You heard him. Write it down. Take notes.
And for my fellas, I know a lot of y'all about to relate to this shit, because this is 7 types of girls you should not date. Up first on the list, we got...
Wait, in slow-mo, that's so funny. Look at his mouth.
Up first on the list, we got Mrs. Wade.
The frame rate couldn't keep up. The frame rate couldn't keep up. Editor Coon, zoom in on it. Zoom in on it again. Enhance, superimpose it over my own mouth.
Not date. Up first on the list, we got Mrs. Way Too Bougie. I ain't gonna lie,
too bougie.
I can't stand a woman that's way too bougie, bro. This is the type of girl that's too good for anything, leaving us as the men never feeling good enough. You could take her to dinner and spend your whole goddamn paycheck trying to impress her on Valentine's Day, but she over here complaining because you didn't spend enough. It's her birthday and you just bought her a dozen roses, but she could care less because you didn't buy the brand of roses that's currently trending on TikTok. You see, there's virtually nothing you can do to impress this type of woman.
True.
The only reason she started dating your dumb ass in the first place is because she thought you were an again of higher stature.
I'm sorry, that method of censoring caught me off guard. That threw me off more than it should have. I'm sorry.
Started dating your dumb ass in the first place is because she thought you were an again of higher stature, or she probably thought you had a lot of money. They're only looking for what they can gain financially and for higher status in life. That's the only thing this type of woman wants out of a relationship. Listen, my young kings, read the signs. Stay away from these type of women. Look, I think it's really important as a man that we do the best we possibly can for our women.
Everybody should do the best they possibly can. Men, women, everything in between. But yes.
But at the end of the day, you want a woman that appreciates you for your hard work and effort.
True. Yes.
I feel like that's fair. Regardless, next on the list we got...
On the topic of this bougie woman, back in my day, we just called those gold diggers. I learned recently that there are girls on dating apps who are there just to get meals at expensive places. And like, that's it. And their whole tactic is to make guys feel bad. Like, if you were really like serious about me, or like worth whatever, like if you were really like a high value man, that's something that gets thrown around a whole lot, which really bothers me. Marking anybody as like a high value man or a high value woman, like whatever, like upsets me deeply. But if you were really a serious, real manly, high value man, then you would be able to like afford this. Why would you spend your time on somebody like that? The only thing you should be spending on your woman to make her love you is your time. If your time isn't good enough, your time is the most valuable thing you have. So if your time isn't good enough, then nothing's going to be. Simple as that.
Mrs. Too Insecure. The
Oh
fact
no!
is, all human beings have
Oh no! Oh no! Oh man, Mrs. Too Insecure. Oh, I'm curious about this one.
insecurities in some way, shape, or form. But
Yeah,
today
of
we're
course.
talking about women with insecurities. And even though that's okay, but a woman that is too insecure, well, that's just a recipe for disaster, my boy. This is the type of woman who's gonna start a fight with you at dinner because you happen to look in the eyes of your... Go sit down.
Oh my god. Not the side eye from the dog.
This is the type of woman that's gonna start a fight with you at dinner because you just so happen to look into the eyes of your waiter, who also
my
just
God,
so
those
happens
do
to be
exist.
female. Why were you talking to our waiter? I saw the way you were looking at her. I knew you didn't even love me. Like what?
Oh my god. And the thing about women like this is that people, like men, tend to stay with them because they think that that sort of possessiveness and jealousy is indicative of true love. This is one that I've seen personally happen.
What? I'm sorry I spoke to another female in your presence. Trying to order food for the both of us, by the way, that I'm paying for. Like, damn, cut a nigga some slack. This type of
Freaking sensory.
woman's always gonna make a problem out of everything. And these problems are always gonna stem from her insecurities, constantly comparing herself to others, seeking petty sympathy out of her partner. The only way you could truly satisfy a woman like this is if you walked around blindfolded everywhere with a t-shirt with her face on it, letting everybody know that she is your girlfriend at every waking moment. Trust me, boys. It ain't worth it.
So, there's nothing wrong with wanting your partner to show you off. There's so much to unpack there that I feel like that just needs its own video. But jealousy does stem from insecurity. Jealousy and arrogance both stem from insecurity. And if you can't trust your partner, then you need a new partner, or maybe you need therapy, or both.
Third place, we got Mrs. Too Ratchet, or Too
Oh,
Ghetto,
God.
whatever you want to call it. It's the same thing. Now for this one, I do recognize, depending on the type of nigga you are and your background, you might actually like this. But I'm gonna go ahead and strongly assume that most men don't. Because in my experience, these women are over masculine and very aggressive. And I get it.
I don't really like characterizing somebody as overly masculine or feminine. I think I understand what he's saying here, but I'll let him keep going.
Trust me, girls can be tough too. That's fire. There isn't anything wrong with that. But a woman that's just too ratchet is universally a problem. Let me explain. I personally don't like going to clubs. That's not really an activity that I partake in, at least not willingly.
Hey, bro, it's got a keyblade on the back wall. Wait, is that a booty? That shows you where my freaking priorities lie. I noticed the keyblade before I noticed the fat, juicy ass on the wall. Editor Coon, enhance, zoom in more. The keyblade. The keyblade, obviously. What did you think I meant?
But one night, one of my homies was able to convince me to come with him to experience it for the first time. And I'm a firm believer that experience is important in life.
True.
So I agree.
Very true.
I could give you
Big
the
agree.
scope of that full experience on another video. But as we were waiting in line to get inside this club, there was this huge 6'10" Hulk looking nigga. I'm talking monstrous, bruh. Buddy was pushing through the line to get to the front, and I'm not gonna lie, he wasn't being polite about it. He was damn near shoving niggas to get the way for real. But me personally, I'm not about to fight somebody over that shit. I don't know him, and I don't know his situation. So a nigga happened to brush shoulders with me just a little bit more aggressive than I'd like. It's not that big of a deal. Call it what you want, but it ain't that deep. I got a life to live and I got goals to achieve. I wasn't about to get my skull crushed in over a club night that I damn near didn't even want to be at in the first place. So I need you to believe how perplexed I was when I saw this couple in front of me that happened to get shoved by this guy when he was pushing through the line. And when I tell you this zigging girl, bruh, just started yelling, "Oh hell nah, you not about to cut us in line, you ugly gorilla ass nigga." Her boyfriend's face was full of shut the fuck up. Please. I could just tell that this wasn't the first sticky situation that his girl has put him in because she had a loud mouth. Always trying to start problems and shit with people. Problems that he, as the man, now has to deal with. Yeah, I watched that nigga.
That is a fair point. That is a very fair point. Is a common thing for women like that is they start stuff and now they expect their man to finish it. This is like a DPS pulls aggro and tries to shirk the tank situation.
He get his ass beat that night because his loud, as the man now has to deal with. Yeah, I watched that nigga get his ass beat that night because his loudmouth girlfriend couldn't contain herself. I really could go on the ratchet girl for days because, bruh, I just think it's funny how these type of people, they pick fights with people and make things such a big deal over and over and over again. It seems to be like a pattern in their personality, right? But when it comes down to it, the boyfriend is always the one that has to pick up the slack on a fight that they started. As a man,
girls are no less susceptible to the toxic standards of like romanticism that happens than boys are. Girls are fed this Kool-Aid that like, if he's not willing to defend you, then like, he doesn't love you, which is super stupid.
Man, you're supposed to protect your woman. That's a fact. But your woman also shouldn't be putting you in positions to be fucked up all the time. Like, at that point, that's kind of a burden. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, ghetto bitches, that's a no-go for me, man. Now in fourth place, we got the girl who only has a big mouth in front of the homies. Now before we dive too deep on that, as a man, you gotta know how to man up and take a joke. There's absolutely nothing wrong with a girl that has some personality that decides to make fun of you in front of your friends.
I don't know if I agree with that. It really depends on the relationship. It really depends on the relationship. There are relationships where they rib each other constantly, and that's totally fine. As long as both of you are aware of boundaries and in on the joke. That's the thing. It's not a joke if the subject isn't laughing. That's the difference between a joke and bullying.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I actually think that's a personality that decides to make fun of you in front of your friends. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I actually think that's a pretty healthy characteristic you want to have in your woman. You want to be able to enjoy her company, especially around your friends and shit. Like a girl with no personality and humor, that's boring. Who wants that? Like I had this one girl.
I mean, there's more humor than just making fun of people. In fact, I think making fun of somebody is generally a pretty low bar for humor.
I was dating that would always crack the same joke in front of my friends, bro. I hated that joke. I always say I looked like Sid from Ice Age.
That's mean.
I hate when people say that. The reason I hate it is because people say it so much. Apparently it's true. I don't see the resemblance.
I don't see the resemblance.
So anytime she said that shit in front of people, people would laugh. And it was a good time. There's no harm in that. Even though it kind of like poked fun at me a little bit, I think that's cool. I'm never going to be mad at my girl poking fun at me or anyone at that matter. Like niggas need to know how to take a joke. But what is absolutely unacceptable is a woman that always makes it her life mission to disrespect you in front of your people.
So I'm gonna say, in situations like that, it's usually pretty obvious when the subject of the joke doesn't like the joke and is just laughing so that they don't look like somebody that can't take a joke. If you're gonna attempt to make a joke about somebody else, it is your responsibility to be analyzing their reaction to it and seeing if that made them uncomfortable, and then not do it again if it did make them uncomfortable. Because otherwise, you're just a and apologize if you go too far. Absolutely. You should also be able to take a joke from your partner if you're making jokes about your partner. Yes.
Why does she feel the need to air out all your personal business in front of the homies? That ain't cool. Because when y'all alone, she's always super nice, super cuddly, talking about how you're her rock and all that goo goo gaga bullshit. But when your homeboys pull up, she talking about, Berto told me he don't even like you niggas. He talk shit about y'all all day. Whoa, 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 whoa. First off, that ain't what I said. But if I have a personal issue with one of my homies and I come home to vent to you, my woman, my supposed left hand and rock, and tell you some shit in
left hand? Isn't it supposed to be right hand? Is it left-handed man? Or is it right-hand man? Right-hand man, right? Maybe he's left-handed.
confidence because you're my girlfriend, I don't expect you to blow the spot up when I'm hanging with my boys.
Accidental side piece slip is crazy! The existence of a left hand and a right hand implies the existence of the centrist hand.
My supposed left hand and rock, and tell you some shit in confidence because you're my girlfriend, I don't expect you to blow the spot up when I'm hanging with my boys. Or even worse, this is the type of girl that's gonna start just saying absolute lies, like bullshit, trying to be funny in front of people. But there's a
oh my god, that's so layered. It's not even necessarily trying to be funny in front of other people. It's trying to be, it's trying to alienate you from your friends, or it's trying to make herself look good to your friends so that they wanna stick their pickles in her jar. Neither one of those is a good thing.
The difference between funny and disrespect. Talking about, oh, this nigga, he ain't shit. His pee-pee small and his stroke game weak. And he sucks my toes. And I spend all his money.
What's wrong with sucking on toes? Why you gotta...
And he won't do shit about it because he kind of be acting like a shit for real. I get you trying to put on a show for the boys right now, but you're really just making yourself look bad. And now nobody likes you because all you doing is capping your ass off. Now in 5th place, we got one that
she's bragging about my toe game. Jeez. Yeah, that's a girl that wants your friends to wanna spelunky her, or that's a woman who just likes feeling powerful by making you feel small. Neither of which are good partners, and you deserve better. Yikes.
It's kind of two-sided again, depending on the type of guy you are. But in my opinion, I don't think it's good to date a girl that's too damn horny. Like me personally,
controversial.
Time, that's cool, especially if it's with your significant other. But when it starts to get a little bit like, everywhere, anywhere, that's all they think about 24/7, and they applying pressure. You shopping in the middle of Target.
Pressure.
She trying to go crazy. You having a family dinner with her parents for the first time. She trying to go crazy in the bathroom. You stuck in traffic on the freeway? Fuck it, the cars ain't moving anyway. You at church in the middle of a Sunday service. Stop, pick up the Bible, pray, and ask for forgiveness. Look, man, in all seriousness, this one on the list, it's not that big of a deal, right?
Once again, it all just comes down to consent and boundaries. Not in the presence of this Holy Spirit. Save room for Jesus.
There are definitely worse things. But I really do think it's pretty annoying when a woman is only driven by sex. Like, she don't got no substance to her, you know what I'm saying? Outside of getting nasty,
I mean,
what value does she provide? You could barely hold a straight conversation with her without her trying to unbuckle your pants. Me personally, I want a woman that also has a good head on her shoulders. No pun intended.
All right.
That type of head is also good.
6th place, a pathological liar. This one doesn't need that much explaining. Nobody likes a liar. And if you're dating a woman that lies about everything, I'm talking about she lies about shit that don't even matter, bro. Like, why are you lying? Hey babe, I'm just gonna run out and go to the grocery store. I just need to get some stuff. Oh yeah, for sure, just be safe. But instead she snuck off to the mall to go shopping. Like, why did you lie? I don't understand what the point of lying is. If you want to go shopping, just go shopping. I do realize that some niggas just lame as fuck. They're control freaks, which ultimately leads to women lying about everything.
Very
but me
true.
Personally, I don't give a fuck what my girl wants to do. Do what you want to do, love. Just keep it real with me so I can do the same. Because there's nothing worse than being in a relationship that you can't even trust with the little things. Like, it's almost better to know that my girl is a cheating bitch. Because if that's her truth, at least you know, nigga.
Yeah,
ain't no surprise.
I guess.
She just a lying motherfucker. There's not much you can do.
It's true. If you don't have trust, what do you have? Oh, I've never thought about... I've never met somebody that is like that, so I haven't had the time to sit down and psychoanalyze that sort of behavior. So I'd be really curious to see your opinion, the comments' opinion, on why girls do that. And if there's like a male equivalent, because I've never interacted with anybody that does that sort of thing.
Because you don't even know. So if you're dating somebody that just be lying for no reason, I'm talking white lies left and right, like it's uncontrollable, it ain't worth it, bro.
Yeah, that sounds
Leave
like
her. Number 7,
therapy.
last but not least, arguably the worst on this list. Because if you're subject to this type of woman, you honestly need to look in the mirror.
Why is he pointing his finger at me? Yeah, well, me? Why do I feel so called out right now? Me? No, I'm good. I'm good.
If you're subject to this type of woman, you honestly need to look in the mirror and figure out what is going on in your life.
Am I subject to this kind of woman?
Mrs. Control Freak.
Ooh.
She's a no-go, my boy. Now, before I start bashing Mrs. Control Freak,
Uh-oh,
I'm
here
not
we go.
on that red pill, blue pill bullshit. I don't put myself in a box and submit my life to shit like that. I live my life on what
Preach.
I think is important based off experiences that I've had and experience and things that I've learned from other people. Male figures that I look up to in my life. I think way too many people get too caught up in the red pill, blue pill bullshit, because if you're a
That's because the algorithms want you to be mad, because if you're mad, then the grifters can make more money off of your anger and they can sell you courses on how to be alpha males. Or I've recently seen lately alpha females. That's a thing that's happening. Girls are subject to the grift as well. So that's a whole other video, but yeah, that's
with a brain, you understand that you can agree with some of the things that somebody says and disagree with other parts of what somebody says. You don't need to pick a side indefinitely. I don't know why everybody wants shit to be so black and white. Apply the shit that you like and don't listen to the shit that you don't like. Because the truth is, there's good and bad on both fucking sides.
Yeah,
so one thing that I
yeah.
think is super important in relationship
less.
is having a level of equal respect. I think
Yes.
a woman traditionally should look up to her man, look at you for guidance, inspiration, protection, help. The list can go on forever. And I also think the woman should provide a lot of values that are also equal to some of the things I just said.
I think you should look up to each other. If you're not with somebody that you aspire to be more like, then like, why are you with them?
Regardless, we need each other. I might be
Yes.
better at this, she might be better
Yes,
at that. When we come
exactly.
together, it's supposed
Yes.
to be this big, great thing. But what is absolutely unacceptable, bruh, is when some of you niggas get carried around
he didn't censor
on a
that one.
leash by your girl, bruh. Come on, man. I hate
Some men are into that.
Man up, bruh. I'm talking about the
I
guys
hate that. I hate that. I hate freaking man up. But the idea behind what he's saying is correct, but I think the language that is used as the vehicle of conveying the idea is important. Man up is not the correct way to say that, in my opinion.
want to go hang out with they bros for the day. Like you want to just get some alone time away from your woman. You want to just go do you for a second.
Controversial take. Let me preface this. It's okay to want alone time. If you want alone time from your partner, specifically, I don't think they're right for you. If your partner isn't your best friend, then I don't think they're the right one for you. Helios, my husband, is genuinely my best friend. When the lockdowns happened and he was working from home 24/7, I got asked if we were like fighting and getting sick of each other yet. No, I will happily spend every waking moment with my best friend. I mean, that's not for everybody. It's okay to want alone time, and I certainly cherish my alone time sometimes too. But I never ever was like, I'm so sick of Helios, I want to go do something without Helios. No, I want to go do everything with Helios.
But your girl said no. You get some alone time away from your woman. You want to just go do you for a second. But your girl said no. You need to stay here and rub my feet.
What?
And the worst part is, you listened, my nigga.
God.
You played yourself, bro. As much as I want to tell you to stay away from this type of woman, if you as a man find yourself in these type of scenarios, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You need to take a look in the mirror. Because you got some work to do. Because we gotta call a spade a spade. If you acting like a bitch, she's gonna treat you like one. It's really important.
I agree with his points, but I really don't like how he presents them. I don't like that. People generally treat you the way that you allow yourself to be treated. Yes, but a good person will treat you the way you deserve to be treated, and not necessarily the way you think you deserve to be treated. The solution there isn't to man up and stand your ground. The solution there is to stop being with an
important to listen to your girl, especially if she's a good girl. A lot of times girls are smarter.
A good girl.
She's gonna treat you like one. It's really important to listen to your girl, especially if she's a good girl. A lot of times girls are smarter than us, but the difference is,
oh my god, a lot of the time women are smarter than us. I hate that too. People are people. People are people, and our experiences shape us in different ways, and thus we end up smarter than other people in some scenarios, and they end up smarter than us in some scenarios. I like this man and the way that he thinks. He gets the point across in a way that is really palatable to his target audience. So no shade at all. I just think there are better ways to present the idea.
You need to be listening to a woman who respects you as a man, and not the woman that just wants you to do her.
Somebody who respects you, period. Not respects you as a man. Somebody who respects you and
bidding. At the end of the day, be a man, find the right woman for you, because the one that's 100% right for you might be 100% wrong for me.
True.
All this shit's opinionated at the end of the day, right? I'm just giving you mine. And for my female viewers, don't worry, ladies. If y'all show me you want it, I definitely got the 7 type of music you don't want to date. We all have our flaws, and we all got a lot of improving to do. But I think the first step in recognizing what we want out of our partner is looking in the mirror and asking yourself, do you even have the qualities that your ideal thought of a partner even wants in the first place?
Where you at, Bert?
That's something that I say all the time, is you deserve to be loved in the way that you give love. Anyway, that was that. Good video. I really like the way that he thinks. Very, very generally well presented. If you got something you want me to see, please leave a comment about it. Tell me on Twitch or tell me on Discord. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. It's never goodbye. It is always good later. Until next time. Bye-bye. Nope.